Okay, thank you so much. So I welcome all of you to Idrissa Show. Uh, Remember, no one can tell our stories better than ourselves. Today we are here to talk about young Africans' education, talk about young ladies, young girls, and male, just to give our ideas and so that maybe one or two people out there they want to hear what we are about to talk about today. So as you are on Facebook, we are on YouTube. Please give us a thumbnail, give us a like, and please share our videos. Yeah, if you have a question, just drop your questions on the comment section below. We'll be able to see it live. Yeah. So today I'm having Sandra and Emmanuel. So please, guys, you can introduce yourself. We can start from Sandra. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Sandra Mlenga. I'm speaking from Lusaka.
Okay, Emmanuel. Emmanuel. Emmanuel, are you with us? Can you introduce yourself? I think it's getting us late. I don't know if you can hear us.
Hello everyone. This is Emmanuel. From Lusaka as well. Zambia.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. I'm happy to have you guys today here.
Yeah. Can you get
Um,
me?
yes, we can get you 100%.
Hello. Can you get me?
Yes.
Yeah, I am. I was actually talking. I'm speaking right now. Can you get me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
We can.
I can hear you.
Okay, good. So I was saying, yesterday we started the discussion with you, Sandra, and it was a great discussion. And I thought that we need to take that story to encourage one or two people. I know we spoke about a lot of things on the background, and it will be great today for us. We talk about it. We are not going to be so long, so let's just chat about it and so that we can encourage one or two people out there. So I'll start by uh, the story that you told me yesterday about your education, the way you wanted to do medicines, and unfortunately, you find yourself doing education, which you come to love it afterward. So, can you just tell us more about that today as well?
Okay. I was asked about my education, what I've done, especially at tertiary level. So I was saying that ever since I was a child, I really wanted to do something medicine related, or at least just do something in the Ministry of Health. But when I completed school, I was told by my parents to say we do not have enough funds at the moment because here, especially in my country, Zambia, I think medicine is more expensive as compared to education level. So I was encouraged to go for education because it was a bit cheaper than health. And then they told me if you want to pursue your dream of be doing something in health, you would do that when you complete education, you start working, you can upgrade and do something that you want. At the moment, just do something that we can afford. And since that's what they told me, and they're the ones who used to like sponsor me and do everything, so I said, okay, I'll just go with the flow. So I went into education. Actually, I applied for primary education, as in a teaching course. So when I applied, then when our names came, I was selected to do secondary, junior secondary education because I'm good in science, which is biology, physics, and chemistry. So I was put in a class for junior secondary because this course, which is called integrated science, a mixture of biology, physics, and chemistry. So that's what I started doing. And while as I was in college doing education, I started loving it. And when we went for teaching practice, yes, to go and practice like the physical part of the teaching course, I enjoyed myself very much. And I just discovered, okay, maybe I was born to be a teacher actually. I just never knew that potential which I had in education, which just came after I went into do teaching. And up to now, I still love teaching very much because I discovered that it's something that I like. It's just too bad that up to now, since I graduated in 2019, I haven't been employed, like employed by the government, but I started doing something different in the field of marketing. And I've also come to love that part of marketing. So I'm just discovering more things as I'm growing and as years are going. So I'm really very thankful for my parents because they've made me realize that there was something that I had in the teaching fraternity, which I never even thought of. And at this point of my life, I don't even wish to go back to health or do something medicine related because I grew to love what I studied. So that's it about my education.
Okay. So, Emmanuel, are you getting us now? Yeah. So my question for you, another question is, now you say now you don't think even if you have money now you can still go and do medicine now. So,
Yeah.
uh, what can you tell those young girls or lady or who are out there and maybe their parents they are now not able maybe to support them to pursue maybe their dreams and like your situation where you wanted to do medicine but looking at the
Yes, I can
finances you
get
have
you.
to do education. So the question now is there are certain children there, ladies and girls there out there where their parents they are maybe not able to help them to pursue what they really want, but they want them to do something different, not because they are imposing them, but maybe because of the situation at hand, it can't allow them to support them in the certain educations. And you find those kind of people maybe just saying, no, I can't continue, I can't study this because this is what I wanted. What can you tell them?
Okay, my advice to those people who are in such situation like I were, I would advise them to take whatever course which is at hand. As days goes by, if they do what is at hand now and they will become independent, when they have money and they are able to take care of themselves, they can change and do something that they have passion for. And they might not even, sometimes we just see things by our own eyes. By then maybe you don't even discover what you are good at. So maybe if you are to take that course which is at hand, you may even discover that you love doing that more than what you thought you are good at. So it's better you just take up whatever that is saved on the table and then do these other things later when you are more learned and when you are able to make decisions based on things that you know will be of help to you. So it's better to just take up what is saved on the table at that particular moment. That's the advice I can give.
So I think I don't know what's happening to Emmanuel. Maybe he's having a bit of internet problem. Uh,
Okay.
Another question is because your case is where there's a problem of finances and you can't continue, you have to do something different. But there are other cases where you find that their parents are imposing their children to study a certain field
Course.
contrary to what they wanted. Not because they don't have money to send them, but because they don't want them to do what the child want, or such kind of things. So for you, that what luckily enough, your parents would encourage you to do something that you wanted, though they had no ability to do that. But there are parents who they are avoiding their children, like telling them, no, you cannot do this. You have to study this. You have to study this. So as a child, what's your perception on that one? Is it a good thing, or do you think it's bad? And if it's bad, why is it bad? If it's good, why is it good?
Okay, thank you for that question. I'll say that's not a good thing to do. And I've also seen that before. There was a certain boy I knew, our neighbor. This child was so good at art. Was just in grade one, but he'll be able to draw very nice drawings as if it's someone who has been to college. But just because this child was just drawing and the parents want him to be learned and become a doctor, they never encourage that child to even maybe to buy him a sketchboards, plain papers where he can be drawing and grow in that field, which is not good. So I would encourage parents, whenever they see a child's potential, it's better they help that child to grow more in that field, and it will make those children do that to their full ability. If you impose, most of the parents I know, they will impose you. If they just want you to be a doctor, whether you don't feel like doing medicine or what, they will tell you it's either you do medicine or I won't support you. If they want you to be an engineer, no, you have to be an engineer. If you won't do engineering, then I won't support you. And most parents, especially music, I think when you're young, when it comes to music and football, they don't really encourage children to venture in that field, which is very bad. Let's encourage our children to do what they feel they can do wholeheartedly. By so doing, it will help them to grow more and be successful elderly people in future. So imposing is not a good thing. Let's encourage our children in the field wherever they are comfortable with. That's the advice that I can give. It's really very bad. That's what it's bad to impose. Let's just encourage. There's no advantage I would even give on that, because it it really stresses these children. And if this child wants to do music, you encourage the child to be a doctor. When this person goes to do doctorate, they won't even do those things to their full ability, and they might even fail and come back. So let's just encourage them in that field where they are free and they can express themselves freely, so that they can do things right. That's the advice I can give to parents out there who are doing such things.
Yeah, that's great. Emmanuel, I don't know if you have something to say about that.
Hello?
Yes. Do you have anything to say about the parent who impose to their children on what to do in terms of education?
I'm going to have to agree with Sandra. People are different. We've got, we are all unique in our own ways. And as a nation, we can't survive if everyone is doing the same thing. Um, you have to be who you are, and I have to be who I am. That way, we become a whole as a nation, we become a whole as a people. So, if you've realized, I'll give football for example. Um, Zambia has improved now football wise, but to be honest, it's not that good. And most parents, when they hear their children say, I want to play football, they'll say, no, you can't play football because you have to support us as a family. You know, they believe that in football you can't make enough money to support the family and everything. But look at Patson Daka. You know, so my advice to us as a people is that let's support each other. Does someone want to do music? Support that person. Does someone want to do sports? Support that person. You never know what you're stopping that person from doing. Let other people's light, let other people's talents shine. So That's my advice.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you so much. So another question I have for both of you is, uh, I asked you this question yesterday, Sandra. What's the impact of educations to a female life or a male life? Or Emmanuel, you can answer on the male side, but for the female side, I'm saying, what's the impact of education in the female life? Sandra, can you tell us?
Okay, it's the impact that education will do on a girl child. It will make them independent in the first place. As we know, Africans, since way back, it was believed that it's only a male child who was supposed to go to school because he'll become a husband, who will be a provider, and the wife is just a helper who will be home taking care of kids, giving birth, and doing all the chores for the husband. But that mentality this time around, it should be blasted off. This is 21st century, and each and every lady, each and every girl child should be supported to go to school so that they become independent. And they say if you educate a girl child, you educate a nation. These are future leaders who will help in making decisions, and also they will be greater human beings who hold greater positions in government. So let's support them so that they become independent. The most important thing is to make them independent so that they don't have to depend on anyone. Because whenever as I said earlier, like our African mentality we had, whereby a girl child should just be a wife when they grow up, should be married off once they have children and start caring for those children, which is not the case. Most ladies, they are vulnerable this time around because they just got married and they don't even have enough money to take care of themselves. Even when they are mistreated in these homes where they are married, they can't leave their matrimonial homes because they have nowhere to run to. But if they are learned, they have their own businesses and they also have money, they will be able to, when they are mistreated, they will know, I don't deserve this, I deserve better, and they will build a life for themselves. So let's encourage a girl child to be learned and be independent in the first place. Once they become independent, they will know what they're worth for, and they also help out in the development of our African continent, which will be a greater thing to do. That's my advice.
Okay. So Emmanuel, your contribution, what's the impact of the education to a male child life?
Um, Education is very important. Um, when you go to school and you become educated, it helps you in decision making. It helps you understand others. It helps you understand yourself. It also has an impact on your wisdom. So when education basically it helps you in decision making. Yeah, I don't know how to express that answer fully, but yeah, I hope you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I really believe that education sets you free in a certain way and open your mind in terms of thinking, but as well as the fundamental education, which is from the family, because that's the first education that each child has to receive from his family. You don't really receive total education at school only, but the education starts from home. So if our African home start giving a proper education to the children, even as they are going to the school, it will be easy for them to learn from the teacher. Because if you don't learn from your parent, and how easy it's going to be for you to learn from a teacher or from a professor, it's going to be more hard, you know. So
Yeah.
I think we have to make our family, our home, as like a basic or a foundation school where we learn what we have to be or what we are going to become. And as we are going to school, we're just going to add from the education that we have received from our home. Yeah. So, there's a topic that we discussed yesterday, Sandra. Why Why does most of the time male feel intimidated when a girl has really like or is performing well in the class or they have really studied like they are well educated? I'll start with you, Emmanuel. Why sometimes you find some male will tell you, ah no, you know, ladies they are more educated, this and that, or this and this, all these stories. Is it because of why does male feel intimidated when they meet or they know that this girl, this lady, she's really educated? And on your side, Sandra, I would like to say, why is it that when female they are more educated, they try to, I don't know if they try to show off their educations or what, for it to cause that kind of story? Because you know there's no story, there's no fire without emissions, so meaning there's something that has caused that. So we'll start with you, Emmanuel. Do male do we feel intimidated when we meet or we are in the presence of a girl or a lady who is well educated? And what caused that intimidation?
Oh, the truth is, when females are educated, most male they get intimidated. Um, it has to do with, I think it has to do with our culture, and I'm not talking about the culture of just Africans. Truth be told, it's culture in a lot of nations, even overseas. We believe that the male the male is supposed to take care of the female. When you look at the Bible, you look at even for the Muslims and the like, the the guy is supposed to be the head of the house. So you're still there?
Yes, we are here.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we believe the male child is supposed to be the head of the house, and so when the female is educated and earning her own money, you know um, you feel, no, this woman, she's going to want to be in
Uh-huh.
authority and everything. And truth be told, it's a cause of a lot of arguments now. There's divorce and everything because the female and the male, they want a 50-50 sort of thing, and the male has still said, no, we are supposed to be in charge of the house and everything. So there's that. The males don't want the woman to say, I'm the head of the house, or at least feel that the woman feels like she's the head of the house. They say the word say money talks, and
Okay, Sandra, what do you think about what he's saying now?
Okay, I agree with Emmanuel. It's true, as he said, that it depends our culture where we say the man is the head. So that statement, it makes the men feel intimidated by females when they are up there. Yes, but most of the times it's not that women they shine and make themselves look like they are there and trying to play that role of a head. It's just that when these women they are learned and they know what they deserve, mostly they do not tolerate things that they know that they won't be of that are not good, or when they are not treated right, they stand for what they know. It's different with those who are not learned because they don't know how to speak for themselves. As we said, when these females are learned, they will be able to help in decision making, and also they will be exposed. So because of that exposure, it will give them that zeal to respond whenever they see that things are not okay. So all the advice I can give to men is not to feel intimidated, but they should feel good that all of us are doing things together, and which can be of help, and it can help us to build a greater a greater future. So let them not be intimidated. That's not should be the reason for them to feel intimidated otherwise.
Yeah, I think no one should be intimidated when others they have achieved something. So
Yeah,
it's really not the right way to to go with it. So
yeah, it's
because
true.
we have to live in equality, and I think that equality doesn't only in at work or
Okay.
whatever, but it has to start even on
Mhm.
education. It's really really
Yeah.
important. Yeah. One question for both of you: what do you think of a girl treatment in Africa? What do you think of the treatment of a girl in Africa? Whether in each country or wherever, what do you think of that treatment? Are they well treated, or there's some of the things that we still need to do so that they can feel comfortable or welcome, like feel like any other human being? I'll start with Emmanuel.
Manuel.
Okay, Sandra, you can start. You will get it.
Okay, me, I think a girl child is not well treated. Just from the way it go, you find that at a particular home, there are three girls and two boys, but the girls are the only ones who are supposed to do
Okay.
everything. That's how an African setup is.
To be honest, I've got, crazy ideas
Okay, you can continue. You will come back.
Okay, I was saying that my answer would be that a girl child is not treated fairly as compared to a boy child, because in Africa, all they know is that a girl child is the only one who should be home cooking, washing the dishes, cleaning the house, and doing all sorts of things. But for a boy child, is not supposed to do anything. He should just be in the bedroom sleeping. If they don't have a garden or a garden outside, that boy won't be doing anything, which is not good. It's better we treat these children equally. If it's washing the dishes, all of them should wash the dishes. If it's cooking, all of them should be trained equally. And those are some of the things that has contributed to men now feeling intimidated, because when they find a girl doing things, there are some roles that are just kept specifically for men. They'll say no, a girl, she can't even drive a truck. A girl can't even do this. So because of that kind of treatment, this is what is making things so difficult for a girl child even uh to do these other things that are just meant to be done by boys. So let's treat these children equally, whether male or female. We should train them equally so that no one will feel intimidated. And if this rule is brought up from whenever they are young, at just the foundation, it will be very good, because none of them will feel intimidated, because it's something they were brought up from the word go. Yeah, so that's what I can just say about this question.
Yeah, Emmanuel, what's your contribution? What do you think about the treatment of a girl child in Africa?
Yeah, it's sad I never got to uh, listen to everything Sandra had to say, but I think that females are very capable of doing anything. On a biological level, there's a difference in females and males in that males have more muscle, but still, most of the things that a male person can do, a female can also do. In fact, the females can lift weights and become very strong and everything. I feel that they are very capable. They are capable of vision, just as the males are. So I was brought up by a single mother, by the way. So when I say that females are very capable, I know that for a fact because mom has managed to sustain a home. So I feel that when we talk about females being able to do this, females being able to do that, and everything, and they are. I feel females have a role to play themselves. The males have a role to play, but the females as well have a role to play. They my encouragement to them is they should not have that inferiority complex. They should believe in themselves because the world is about you yourself. You are what the world is. You can't live someone else's world. You know what I mean? The world is you yourself. Yeah. So that's my encouragement. And to the guys that feel superior to females, I think these are the guys that can stand educated females. You know. So yeah, I think.
Okay, so let's talk about Africans youth. Do you think we are doing enough as youth, African youth, to change the perception of Africa or to change the perceptions of a girl child in Africa? What are we doing in terms of like you ladies? What are you doing to turn that kind of perception? And instead of men as well, male, what are you young male men are we doing to change that perception? Instead of us looking at like female the way they've been looking at as them way back, what are we doing to change that perception so that we can all of us looking at each other as equal? What are we doing? Sandra, or you can start with Sandra.
Okay, I think we haven't done much in order to change that. But all I would say is that even in our constitutions, I think some laws should be placed there so that each and everyone should practice that. If they put these issues in our constitutional laws, it will be very easy for us to practice that than just us. Because if we just start up and start sensitizing this, we need permission. We need permission and also need support from the higher authority in order for us to achieve that goal. So my advice I would give is for these rules to be placed in the constitution, so that it should be practiced by everyone. By so doing, it will be very easy for us to start following that, which will be of help to us and those who are coming behind us. Otherwise, at the moment, nothing much has been done to change that perception, which is very wrong. That's all I can say about that.
Emmanuel, what can you say about that?
I would say that what Sandra has said. So obviously, I should say something else as well. I think that as youths, we need to build each other. You know, we need to build each other in the sense that we should help each other make different achievements. You know, we shouldn't bring ourselves down. We should first of all believe in ourselves, believe that we can do it, and try to change the perception of Africa. That's quite something because these people on the outside world, they see Africa as what they see it, and if we want to change it, it depends. What do we want to what do we want them to think of us? Do we want them to think that we are hardworking? But the question is, are we hardworking? You know, what when we say we want to change the perception of Africa, like the way people look at Africa. We it means we need to be ourselves. We need to stop. First of all, we need to stop imitating others. We need to be ourselves. We need to be who we really are. You know what I mean? So I think yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. For us to change the perception of Africa, for us to change the perception of Africa, it's we need to work on it. We need to work. So it's a process. It's not something that can just come directly. It's a process. But for me, I still believe it doesn't matter how long it's going to take. But as long as you've started, if we start from somewhere, then we can reach a certain point. So it's a process. And for a girl child, I think these are the things that people we have to come together and sit down and talk about it and come up with a plan on what we can do, on what we can, like, what do we want and how do we want that change to happen, and where can we start from that for that change to be happened, you know. But I really really believe it always starts with families. It always starts from home, because if dad and mom they tell the children from home, this is how we are all equal, there's no one is higher than there's no one who's older than is like got a higher position than another, then from our home we'll create that equality, and it will help the children even as they are growing, taking it out there. They will treat another female, even if they are not their sisters, they will treat them in that level because they know from home this is what we've learned. But if from home they've learned that they are superior to a female, you know, that a female has to have a certain point, then even if they go out there, that will be the view that they will have toward female. So I think we need, these are the things that we need to talk about it, especially male out there, other male or any young man who thinks always no, we are like this and this, you know. Those are the things that is dragging even our female. You'll find that even when in terms of them standing as an MP or as a president, most of people they won't vote for them because they are feeling okay, a female can be a president, which is not the case. Which is not the case. The female can even lead better than a male. So you know all those things. I'm glad that now you can see in different countries now a lot of presidents they are getting running mate as a female, just to show out there that female they can do it. We have so many professors that they've given us education, and they were female, and there are a lot of female who really teach properly, very good teachers. So they have a place. There's nothing that a female cannot do, or there's nothing that a male can do, a female cannot do. They can do anything we can do. So I think we need to talk about that treatment, especially in those villages, all those places. They really have to stop all those kind of mistreatment and all those kind of limitation to put our girls in certain point to say them they can only do this, they can't do this, or all those kind of things. It's really limiting our continent, because them also they have something to contribute to this continent for this continent to go forward. Yeah, I think we need to. This is it's a big topic which needs female and male to talk about it so that we can come up with something that can transform our continent. Yeah. Another thing I have to ask you: Do you think that this is the reason why most of family, or the cause of this inequality is because of the think that say female they just have to be married, or most of families around Africa thinks that when you have a girl in your home it means marriage, or is the female themselves think like when I'm a female I have to marry, or we are just so attached to marriage than achieving something else? What do you guys think about that? Sandra,
As
what do
I
you?
said earlier, okay,
Mm,
I
okay.
mentioned it earlier to
I
say this is the perception that we have here in Africa. Like for a girl child, it's all about getting old, getting married, and have children and take care of a home. We don't really encourage them to go to school and do all those things. It has been there. the perception that we have that for a girl child, once you are just 20, others they even reach others in some places, maybe we just find even a 14-year-old girl is married off. So all we know, like a lot has to be talked about concerning this, especially in Africa, because all they know, especially our elders, is that when a girl child is of age, the only thing that is next it's marriage. So this has really contributed greatly to this illiteracy. That's what to our girl children in our continent. It's because of that, and we have to talk about it and break that mentality so that we can embrace the issue of encouraging a girl child to go to school and become independent. Yeah.
Okay, Emmanuel, what's your point? Emmanuel? Emmanuel, what can you say about this? I think he's having he's
Network issues.
yeah, it's like he's getting us so late.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give you two examples, and these are real life examples. So I have an hello. You can get me? Can you get me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Hello. Can you get me? How about now?
Yes, we can get
Yeah.
you.
Hello.
Yeah, you can
We're
Can
talk.
you get
getting,
me?
yes.
Oh, okay. I'm going to give you two examples. These are real life examples of two females that I know. One female is my aunt, and the other female is a classmate that I had. So when my aunt was young, she used to say that, I don't need school because I'm going to get married. And today she is a married woman, and you know she's working, but she's mostly a housewife. So anyway, the other example I have is like I said, a classmate that I had. So she was um, running for a position. This this classmate that I had is she was a she was a class rep, our class rep, our female class rep, and she was running for a position for Unzametsa. And most of the classmates were thinking, you know what, she was running against the guy, and most of the people were saying, you know what, I think we should vote for the guy. They said we shouldn't let the female stand because she already has a position, and we can't split our our vote as a class, because if we split our votes as a class, it means that someone from another class will, end that position because of. Uh, so we decided that we should vote for the guy. So group, we told the lady that she should step down, and that was at night in a group chat of our class. In the morning, uh, this lady, she came up front in front of the class, and she said, "Guys, I'm sorry. I feel very capable to step for this position, so I am not going to step down." She told us, and she went into other classes, and campaigned for herself, and she won this position. Despite the whole class deciding that she should step down, she still got to win this position. So my thoughts about this issue is that it depends with you. It depends with who you really are. You need to know. a human being, that you are capable, you are enabled, and you are a leader. Like our scripture tells us, because I'm a Christian, that we human beings, we are meant to dominate the earth. We are leaders. We are all leaders. The males and the females, we are all meant to take care of this planet Earth. So it depends with the person. It depends with what you believe in. You as a person, you need to know that you're enabled. So that's my contribution. I have a lot to say, but I don't want to waste too much time. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I think you've got really a point on that. Um, my advice to all female there outside there, girls, young ladies, wherever you are, let no one tell you what you're about to do or what you cannot do. You can do anything. You can do anything. Whatever male can do, you can do it. Mechanics, you can do it. Electricity, you can do it. Any other subject, you can do it. So, anyone who's limiting you by telling you you can't do this because you're a female, please don't listen to that. Do what your heart wants you to do, and please follow your dreams, because only you knows your ability. People are seeing you, they don't know what's your ability, but in you, you know what you are capable to do. And I want to tell you, you are able to do anything. So let not any African parent or mother or anyone or uncle to tell you that you can't do this because you're a female. You have to, your last bus stop is a marriage. No, you are not born to get married. You were born to impact Africa. You are born to impact the world. So start from there. Any other thing, you can get it if you want it. So it's not an obligation that when you're a girl, you have still to hand by marrying. Or it's not also obligation that when you are a male, or it's not the fact that when you are male, you have to be still a person who has to stand against women. No. So we are all one. We need to support each other. The same way female support us male, the same way male we must begin from today supporting females, because their success is also our success. Yeah, because their success is our success as well. Um, Let me ask both of you this question: what makes you proud as an African? What's that thing that makes you proud when you stand, you say, I'm an African? What's that thing that makes you proud as an African? Yeah, I don't know if Emmanuel can start or Sandra, any can answer first.
Oh, what makes me proud?
Mm.
I'm still thinking.
Sandra,
Tap,
are you going to start or
Emmanuel.
start?
No, 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 no. Start as I'm still thinking. You can start, Emmanuel.
Okay. Um, what makes me proud? What makes me hello? Okay. What makes me proud? Oh, all right. So, what makes me proud? What makes me proud as an African? Um, First of all, uh, we have white Africans and Chinese Africans and all that. I mean, I'm a native African. You know, I'm black, so as an African, that makes me proud. It's good to be, in a dark skin. Um, I love the culture. I love our culture. I'm not talking about the modern city life and everything. I'm talking about the actual African culture that we had. It's good to read African books talking about how we used to live, in ancient times. They're interesting. The sayings that we had, the many practices that we had, now they sound funny, and entertaining, to be honest. So, that just makes me proud to be African and say, hey, we are coming from such a place and now we are here. And when you look at most history, when you look at when you look at biblical history, you see a lot of Africa mentioned in history. This, that, Africa, Egypt and the like. So that also makes me proud. And the other thing that makes me proud is when you look at the history of the world. You look at, for example, in the 500 AD, you look at Mali and everything. We are talking about civilization starting from Africa. You know, and most of the things. Some people even believe that all the people came from Africa. You know, that's what the Chinese learn, that people came from Africa. And some of the ancient things that have been discovered as the first proof of Africa in history are believed to have come from the caves in Africa. So that just makes me proud as an African. Yeah, yeah, that.
Yeah, Sandra, I think now the answers come. What makes you proud as an African?
A little bit.
Ladies, and let's say
Okay,
as an African girl.
okay. What makes me proud? It's our culture. When I say our culture, I love our African culture, especially the way we deal with family. I've watched movies because I'm one person who hasn't traveled like away from Africa. The way other people from other continents live, it's different from us. In Africa, we embrace extended families. That thing, it really makes me proud because we live as a big family that we are. Your neighbor, you can eat together, you can do what and what, you can stay with your aunties and your cousins from wherever you don't know. So I love that part for extended families. It's rare in other countries. I think it's not there. So that part, I love it very much. And also our culture. Yeah, I love our African culture. It's really good. That's all I can say, actually.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
And so now you are an African, but you are also a Zambian. So for the two of you, what makes you proud now to be a Zambian? When you say I'm a Zambian, what makes you proud?
Okay. All I can say is that our country is a peaceful country, and that makes me proud. As we say, we have that motto for one Zambia, one nation, whereby we have different tribes and different languages in our Zambia, but we are one. You can find that a Bemba can marry Tonga, Yelozi can marry Chewa. We are one people, despite being from different districts, provinces. We are one people. That makes me proud because of that, because we don't choose, no, this one is from the east, this one is from the north. We are one people, and that is one thing that really makes me proud, because we have stood together as one that we are. Yeah, that part, that's what makes me proud as a Zambian. Yes, of course.
Okay. Emmanuel, so what makes you proud as a Zambian?
Yeah. The first thing that makes me proud to be Zambian is the fact that Zambia was declared a Christian nation. Uh, that's one thing that makes me super super proud to be Zambian, because I believe so much in scripture. You know. So the other things that make me proud to be Zambian are the fact that we are not perfect as a nation, but we are trying. You know, um, we say one Zambia, one nation. We are trying to work together as a nation to achieve um, great things. We have ideas, we have dreams, and we are not perfect. There's some corruption, there's this, there's that. We have setbacks, but I believe there are people, and I have seen people, who are trying, to improve this nation for the better, and yeah, that just makes me happy to say I am a Zambian. You know, and
Mm.
the other thing that I like about Zambia is the Victoria Falls, very beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful falls, natural falls in the world. So yeah, that makes me proud of the Zambians. And I'm also going to say that you know I am Zambian, thinking that we are landlocked, and being landlocked, we are able to it means that we have more neighbors. So we
Mm.
have these neighboring countries, and we can communicate with them. We can learn different cultures and everything as a landlocked country, because we need them, to like transport things to the sea. So yeah, we develop those you know relationship skills as a nation. So yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you one tricky question. So now, let's start. This is a female and male question. What's so special about a Zambian female, and what's so special about the Zambian male? What's so special about the Zambian female, and what's so special about Zambian male? What is so special about females, Zambian females, and what's so special about Zambian male? So you guys tell us that what that's special. We
Oh no.
Okay.
caught you on camera. What?
Mm, okay. One thing that I would say makes us special is the fact that we are good at sports. We are good at sports. Uh, Football, to be specific. At this point, we have the right, to brag. um, Barbara, she's doing fine in her football, and Patson Kaka is also doing fine in his career as a footballer. So we can give us this opportunity to just say, hey, we are good at sports. Mm, mm. And yeah. Mm.
Sandra, what's so special about Zambian female?
Okay. Hmm. I'm still thinking. I'm still thinking.
This one you
I
must know
think.
it every day because you're a female, so you have to know what's so special
Oh
about
my
you as a
God.
Zambian.
Hmm. Okay, Zambian female, we are intelligent. We're intelligent, yes. And also, as we know us, we are blacks. So we are blacks with that black, beautiful, black shine color, huh? Very intelligent and also multi-purpose. We do a lot of things and multitasking. There's that gift that we just given by God to do a lot of things at once. You can be doing this, doing that multitasking, and by so doing, you do a lot of things within a short period of time. So that makes us special. Yeah.
Okay, that's great to know that, and I
Mhm.
hope someone learn about what's special about Zambians. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard you guys mentioning about black, 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 but do you know that why is it that when you mention, why is it that when you say
uh, I'm sorry, I can't get you here. I can't get anything.
I was saying what you'll find that most of the time when you say, as black, we don't like to be called black. Why is it that like
Mm,
you guys you are from saying you are proud the fact that of being black, but you'll find that
yeah.
if someone calls you black, it can really be a big problem, you know,
No.
especially
No.
if let's say it's a white person because in Africa also we have black, white Africans. So let's just say a white Africans and calling another black African to say you are black. I know this can rise a kind of discussion. They can even fight just because the fact that the another one calling them black. Why is it that when we are called black, we get upset, but we are proud to say that we are proud of being black? Is not that a contradiction? Are we not contradicting ourselves when saying we are proud of being black, but when someone calls you black, someone is another color and call you black, we get so offended? Why is it that?
Okay, I don't know, like I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
If it really does happen,
okay.
okay, let me talk.
Um,
Manuel, speak.
are you saying? Oh, I speak. Okay, all right. Um, what can I say? How do I say it? You know, I personally believe that black is beautiful and it's good to be black. And yeah, you're right. You know, when I look at you know uh, Americans, for example, you know they'll be okay with calling each other you black boy, you black guy, come here and everything, or they would refer to themselves as niggers. But they don't want the white people to call them black or nigger, and now they've started calling them African American. I don't know what to say. And the blacks here in Africa, you find that white people come and they describe you as black. And they're not okay with it. I think we should be okay with it. I think there's nothing wrong with being called black, considering the fact that our skin compared to theirs is darker. So it makes sense that they describe us as black, and it also makes sense that we describe others as white or this and that. So when you get a Chinese, baby, for example, and you bring a Chinese baby here and you ask the Chinese baby to describe you, the Chinese baby will describe you as a black person. Not that the baby wants to offend you, but that's that's who you are. So you just have to accept that this is who I am, and you have to love yourself. You have to be confident with who you are. You know, you can't ask others not to say, not to call you black when you're actually black. You should, embrace it and love it because it's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Sandra,
what I think.
Sandra, over to you.
Okay. I think maybe those who get offended, it's because of the situation in which they are being called black. There are some words which are not harmful, but it depends with the situation where you've used that word that makes other people offended. So in this situation, calling me black, it won't make any difference. Like I won't even get angry that you've called me black. I know, yes, I'm black, but I can only be offended the situation in a situation where you call me black. Maybe you are angry, or maybe we are quarreling, and you say that. Sometimes it offends other people, considering the situation in which some words are being called. But I see no problem with someone calling me black, because I'm a proud black African child. So the only thing I can say is that those who are offended, I'm sure there could be reasons for them to be like that in the situation in which they are called that. You can't just be upset because somebody has called you black. Because yes, we are black here in Africa, we're all black. Whether you're light in complexion, you're dark in complexion, you're all black. So the only thing that can affect someone is depends with the situation in which you are being called that. That's all I can say.
Okay. Yeah. So so what can be your advice, you guys, to?
Let me just contribute. Yeah, if that's
Okay,
okay.
okay, okay, okay.
Let,
Yeah, yeah. It's okay. You can
yes.
contribute.
Yeah. Sandra, to what you say, I agree. When it depends. You can be in a fight. You can be in a fight with someone of a different color, and that person calls you, uh, you black guys are, difficult and everything, and you get offended because the person is being what we call racist. But you have to look at it in this way as well. When, for example, you're telling someone that you've got big eyes, and the person doesn't like the fact that I've got big eyes. For example, you have big eyes, and I'm telling you, big eyed lady. If you love your big eyes, you won't get offended. But if you dislike your big eyes, you will get offended. So, I'm not
Okay.
saying that we black people should, you know, um, withstand the insults and everything. I'm saying that, it should come from us ourselves. We should love who we are. You get. That way, even if someone tells you you're black, you don't take it as an insult. Rather, you take it as a compliment. No matter the context, no matter what, even if the other person meant it for harm, but you know that whether whatever you say, I know I'm beautiful, it won't hurt you. If you like
Okay.
your hair and someone, describes your hair in any way, if deep down you love your hair, you won't get offended. Rather, you think that person is jealous. So
Yeah.
my advice to, black people out there is, guys, you know, I don't know about you, but I love being black. It's good to be black. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think your point is a really, really valid point. When you say you are proud of something, at the same time you are offended, at the same time you are proud of the same thing, then we'll say that we don't know what we want. Yeah, so your point is really, really valid. So, guys, for today, what's your last word and what's your encouragement to other youth out there who have been watching you today?
Emmanuel, you can start first. I'll be the last one to talk. Hello, Manuel?
Okay.
Okay.
um, to the youths out there, this is the Africa Idrissa show. We were talking about. Yeah. Can you get me? Okay. Yeah. I'd like to encourage you guys, we guys, to first of all, we need to have love in our hearts. Um, you should really love your neighbor, and it shouldn't be, the pretense type of love. That way, guys, we will improve our nations. We will improve our continent. We should unite. We should be one, and we should believe in ourselves. And we should encourage each other, to reach greater heights. I believe that uh, together we can do it, guys. So let's stand as one, guys. So yeah, that's my advice. Um,
Okay. And my last words that I'll say is that I'll just encourage our African parents mostly, as we were talking about girl child education and a boy child not being intimidated by this. I will encourage our African parents to make sure that they play their major role in supporting their children to go to school, especially when it comes to girl child. Let's not just think about them getting married and being housewives. Let's empower our children so that they will contribute greatly to the growth of our economy and be independent. They say when you educate a girl child, you educate the nation. So let's strive hard, even if we don't have enough funds. Let's do something that can help these children be independent, at least have a source of income and take care of themselves, not depending on others. And also to the boys, let's not feel intimidated when we see ladies in higher posts in doing better than us. Let's just work as a team and help each other to build each other and grow financially, in knowledge. And if we work together as a team, no one is going to feel intimidated. It will be even easier because it will make our work easier for us to work together and also progress and do things that will help us for our future children, those that will live when we grow. So it's very important to support each other and uh, help each other to build ourselves and be greater human beings in life. So that's my encouragement that I had.
Yeah, so thank you guys. Thank you so much, guys, for participating today in this show. And I hope young Africans, they've heard what you've said. And the only thing I will tell all of us that no one can tell our stories better than ourselves. So if we wait for someone to do something for us, then that person must not come. So it has to start from us. So let's begin that change. Let's begin to talk about ourselves, and let's come up together and transform this continent, because the only thing we have as a common thing is Africa and our countries. So let's begin to change our countries now, and because the change, it depends on us. So we are the only one can make the decision of changing or not deciding to not change. So let us start that change now. And thank you guys for participating. Always say, as I always say, no one can tell our stories better than ourselves. It was Idrissa Show, together with Sandra, Emmanuel. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for all the words, and thank you for the advice. And I hope this program will encourage one youth out there who has been undermining themselves. And please, Africans, don't undermine yourself. Remember, Africa belongs to you, and through you, we can transform this continent. So, no one can tell our story better than ourselves. Catch up with us, I think, next week, and for more other great contents that will come starting from tomorrow. And as it's for now, we'll see you next time. So, guys, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.